All right, I want to talk about how recently I just did an interview with another a Navy veteran, and during the interview, we talked about certain things. So recently, after this interview, I checked out with my SEO expert. That's a search engine optimization expert who I hired through Fiverr to help me like with my channel. So Fiverr is an app where you can hire people from all over the world, and they can help you like build a website. Well, if you want to work on, like I said, I use this app for my SEO. I never looked at the lady's like what country she was from. I just hired her because she seemed very affordable. I like the price. So just the other day, we was corresponding about a couple of videos she's working on now for me. So I checked out like see what country she was from. Girl said she was from Pakistan, right? So I was like, "Oh man!" So that brought back to my memory. That brought me back. I had a buddy of mine recently. I'm gonna jump off that. So he asked me how do I remember all these things. I don't remember them all at once. I told him how like I'm out for bike ride. If I'm out for bike ride and I remember a story, I'll pull over and put it in my phone. So back to the story. When I read that she was from Pakistan, it brought back a memory when I was stationed here in D.C. at the Bureau of Medicine and Surgery. So while I was stationed at the Bureau of Medicine and Surgery, the who was that? Vice Admiral Mullins, he was a Joint Chief of Staff at the time. So, he's a 4-star. Well, Secretary of Defense also lived on a compound. And it was another admiral that lived on our compound. And this particular day, he was scheduled to have like a high level meeting with different military officials from other countries. And during that time, some before the meeting started, somebody came over. So I had duty. So the duty consists of I had to sit on the quarter deck for a certain amount of time, and then at that time I would leave. I could leave, but the quarter deck is near Vice Admiral Mullins, the Joint Chief of Staff's house. So I would say maybe like 50 feet. If I was to walk out, I could reach his house. So if somebody came over and was like, "Hey, there's somebody who's gonna come over here and sit with you for a period of time until this meeting opens up," because he can't sit in this meeting. And they didn't tell me where the guy was from and who he was or anything. So at that point, okay, I'm just sitting there. Eventually, um, they come back over there and bring the guy in. And what do you know? The guy's from Pakistan. So this guy's a top level military official for the country of Pakistan. So during this time, like he's trying to spark conversation and stuff, but I wasn't really trying to talk to the guy. I was just trying to do my duty. Get up out of there. So I thought it was a little strange that he couldn't be in the meeting for a certain period of time, anyways. So that was that connection right there. Like me and the young lady who's doing working on my channel and my videos. I had a story to go with that. For some reason, it seems like a lot of stories that I have, there's always some connection that goes around. Sort of like the first place I went to in the Navy was Puerto Rico, and the last place I went in the Navy was Iraq. So a lot of people were when I got there, a lot of people were complaining about how the people in the the mailroom were frustrating. The people were just complaining about them. Come to find out, they were from the Puerto Rican National Guard. So one of the things I would do, well, when I first went over there, I scoped out how everything was moving. So what I did, I start sharing my stories from the time I went to Puerto Rico, and then at the same time, I think another thing that was a big was a big ticket for them So they used to always invite me, yo, why don't you come help us unload the trucks? Those big, big trucks. It's like, oh, you never gonna come. I was like, no, man, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna help y'all, man. So I wind up going and helping them. We unloaded about maybe 3 trucks. It had to be like maybe like 400 bags. We was out there for hours just unloading mail, these bags of mail. Some of them was for, the base we were on. Some of them were going to outstations. So, like I said, I did that for a couple hours. And at that point, anytime any mail came in for our unit, they always let me know. It could be if I seen him like walking at night, Humbles, we got mail. If you want it tonight, you can come through. You want to come get it in the morning, whatever. So I was able to, get the mail anytime I wanted to. They were all cool with me. I never had a problem with them. I think I got some video footage from the post office when I was over there. So I think I'm gonna upload that at some point. I sent that. I was on a Fresh Out podcast, and I did give them some of that footage from when I going over to the mailroom, the post office over there. Another thing I want to talk about tonight is some of the people. Since I started doing this, some of the people I come in contact with. So, like I just mentioned, I was on a Fresh Out podcast with Big Hurc. A lot of people wanted to know how do I know Big Hurc. I know him through. He did a bank robbery where I was stationed. So that's how we got connected. And then when I saw like his story and I just commented on it, they reached out and we started, rapping from there and went from there. And who else? Dante from the Dante Show Network. That's another individual who gave me different pointers, about this internet thing. And one of the main people who who laced me up, come to find out he was a veteran, is Romney Malco. Some people may know who Romney Malco is and may not. He was the bald head brother from 40-Year-Old Virgin. He was in, he's been in a bunch of movies. What Think Like a Man 1 and 2. He was in the rap group College Boys. But yeah, I reached out to him. He responded. We talked about an hour and a half, different hardware, different software to buy, and everything, has worked. He's commenting on some of my videos as well. So those are some of the people that, if I had a chance to talk to. There's been people I reached out to. They said, no, they didn't want anything. But hey, you just keep on reaching out, man. That ain't gonna stop me just because one or two people said no. But those are some of the things I want to talk to about tonight. I'll get up out of here and go on this quick little run with my son.